Hello, I'm Jen Lee with Jen Lee Law, and this week's blog post is 5 reasons to know your rights and options before saying I do. When you hear prenuptial agreement, you probably think about the rich and famous protecting their assets from a future spouse that the family may not approve of, either silently or very loudly. However, there are many reasons that everyday people should understand how their future spouse's debt and credit can impact their lives, especially in a community property state like California. So the first reason is to avoid fights about finances in the future. The number one cause of breakups and divorce is financial or money issues. So talking about finances, expectations, and the future is very helpful in avoiding problems down the road. Talk about how bank accounts will work in the relationship, how major purchases will be decided on, what you want to save for, what things are important to you on a regular basis. The second reason is to know what you are getting into when it comes to major milestone purchases. Understand how your spouse's credit score may impact buying a house, a car, or qualifying for other major purchases. Contrary to what a lot of people believe, your credit scores are not merged together when you get married. You each have an individual credit score, and some lenders will use both credit scores to determine their interest rate and terms, especially mortgage lenders, but they're still individual credit scores. The third reason is to know what you're liable for, even if the debt is before the marriage. So, do you want to be on the hook for paying your spouse's debts? Do you think that debts from prior to the marriage aren't your problem? Not so. Not only does it add stress to the relationship, but technically your wages in a community property state like California can be garnished for your spouse's premarital debts, including student loans, which leads me into my fourth reason to know about these things. Avoid pitfalls with student loans, repayment, and collection. Student loans are a huge problem for many couples. If you are on an income-based repayment for your student loans, have you figured out what getting married does to that calculation when your spouse's income is now included? This is often a very big issue for our clients and one to think about when you're trying to figure out how to deal with the student loan problem. And the fifth reason, good planning for things that may or may not go wrong. Joint debts acquired during the marriage are not just split 50-50. Both of you are liable for the full amount, and this often creates problems during a divorce case because the creditors do not have to abide by the family court division of debt. So we often see one spouse assigned to pay the debt, doesn't pay it, and that causes problems for the other spouse when the creditor sues him or her. Remember, the elephant in every room is that people do not like talking about debt and credit problems. When you are joining your life with someone else's, it's very important to understand your rights and options for the future. Jen Lee Law does offer a premarital debt strategy session to help couples figure out potential issues and get the marriage off on the right foot, and that can be booked on our website. Thanks for listening.